I'm pretty sure this seals the deals. Another 4, plus they get the Goblin Construct, and now they take 3 damage on the stack. Hey everybody, welcome back, and thanks for taking the time to watch Hello Good Game. Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays to you all. I have one of the best decks I've ever created for you guys today. It is insane. We are using the Royal Scions as our base, building throughout the rogue archetype, not Demir's, don't worry. We're using the fun rogues today. And of course, abusing my favorite card in Zendikar Rising, the Relic Robber. So, you know, you're giving your opponent a Christmas gift of the Goblin Construct, which will give them 1 damage every single turn or upkeep, which is really cool. And this is a stackable gift, so you can be handing out multiple copies of this to your opponent for the holiday season. With that being said, we will dive into the deck, breaking it down as effectively and efficiently as we can. Why was each individual card chosen to be included in the deck? What are its synergies with the rest of the cards in the deck? And, you know, maybe your overall game plan and how to best achieve that, right? Your general strategies and synergies. So breaking down the deck as advanced as we can. Of course, if you're not interested in that, you can jump into the gameplay with the chapter function below on the slider bar. Please, if any of you guys find value within the video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel for more content, and tell your friend. This is one of the greatest gifts you can give for Christmas, other than Relic Robber's Construct Goblins. You can actually give the gift of awareness of Hello Good Game, right? Spread the channel out to your friends, and I'm sure they will appreciate that. We've got a 500,000 gem giveaway going on. You know, other giveaways, we were giving away like $20 in gems and 30 minutes of my time one-on-one with like 100 people or something. So there's a lot going on. Free cash prize monthly tournaments, Artisan, and Brawl. Come say hello. We'd love to have you. There's more than just the videos going on within the brand of Hello Good Game, right? So with all of that out of the way, thank you guys for watching. I appreciate each and every one of you spending your time and attention with me. If you want to support financially, you can do so by becoming a YouTube member and receive exclusive content. Into the deck list, finally. 4 copies of Fervent Champion. Now, this is our first 1-drop. It is a 1 power, 1 toughness creature with first strike and haste. Whenever Fervent Champion attacks, another target attacking knight we control gets +1/+0 until the end of turn. Equip abilities that you activate to target Fervent Champion will cost 3 less as well. We have no equip abilities, so throw that away. You don't need to know about that in this deck. The only other knights we have in the deck will be multiple copies of the Fervent Champion. So, excuse me, it will trigger off of itself. That's fine. You know, if you can play these in quick succession of each other, that's really, really nice, you know, to have 2 or 3 of these in your opening hand. That's basically 777s on the lottery. Moving on, 2 copies of Spikefield Hazard at instant speed, dealing 1 damage to any target. If a permanent dealt damage this way would die this turn, exile it instead. Now, wouldn't you like to exile your opponent, right? So you can do the 1 damage directly to your opponent's face, which is quite nice. It makes it great for that little bit of reach. You know, not reach to block flyers, but reach to get that last bit of damage in. And, you know, typically that can be an issue with aggro decks, but thanks to the Relic Robber and the Goblin Constructs, that's not really an issue for us because we'll be doing that chip damage quite consistently. Anyways, you know, we can get rid of things like other Fervent Champions. We can get Lotus Cobras out of play, Edgewall Innkeepers out of play. So a lot of really nice high-value uses in the deck with Spikefield Hazard. Into our 2-drops now, we have Shatterskull Smashing and the Hammer Pass. Obviously, the Hammer Pass is the land side, coming in tapped unless we pay 3 life. We're an aggro deck, so it's rare for us to actually care about our life total. The only time we do is if it is against another aggro deck. And of course, when we are playing against other aggro decks, typically we'll want to use the Smashing. The Smashing costs 2 plus X, dealing X damage divided as we choose among up to 2 target creatures and or planeswalkers. If X is 6 or more, we get to double that damage instead, which is really cool. So, you know, you can play this as the land if you need it, and it makes great removal against some of those creature-based decks, allowing your attacking lanes to remain open for creatures like Robber of the Rich. a 2/2 with reach and haste, and when Robber of the Rich attacks, if defending player has more cards in hand than you, exile the top card of their library. During any turn you attacked with a rogue, you may cast that card and spend mana as though it were any color to cast it. So again, this is a great way to assume virtual card advantage over your opponent. You are an aggro deck, so you should be playing your hand faster than them, hopefully. Plus, now you're playing from their library instead of yours, which is absolutely amazing. 4 copies of Fire Prophecy at instant speed, dealing 3 damage to target creature. You may put card from your hand in the bottom of your library if you do draw a card. So there is no form of, hardcore card draw in the deck. We run off of virtual card advantage via the Robber, and it's just cycling through our deck at an expedited rate. I call it cycling even though it's not cycling. So what we're doing is taking a card from our hand, putting it into the bottom of our library, and drawing a card, which sounds a lot like cycling if you ask me, while dealing 3 damage in the process, which is pretty cool. So 2 copies of Thieving Skydiver up next. This is a 2/1 with flying. It has kicker for X. X cannot be 0. There's a few artifacts for 0, but not really in standard. And when you do kick it, if it enters the battlefield, you'll grab target artifact that your opponent controls or equipment with mana cost X or less and attach it to the Skydiver. We got some cats messing up the green screen. Cats! Anyways, this is great for taking tomes, Maze Mind tomes, obviously. Immediately just wrecked it again. Or maybe I didn't fix it. LOL. You gotta have that right. Look at this guy. Like, this is totally my green screen. And again, you can take other things like the Shadow Spear is really nice to take as well. Quite cheap, very high value, and it actually helps your game plan out quite a bit because we are looking for trample at some point here. Moving on though, 2 copies of Negate at instant speed to counter target non-creature spell. This is almost a requirement playing against rogues, playing in an Ugin meta. So the Negates just really, really help your general win rate out as far as I'm concerned. And I wish I could hold 4 copies in here, but unfortunately, we do run out of cards and we're trying to focus on a certain synergy in the deck. So it's really important that we build it around that consistently so we can get that synergy to trigger as many games as we can. So, you could go up in Negates if you want and try to trim down some of the other cards that we use within today's combo or synergy. But then again, that's going to be something that you decide on your own for personal balancing. Moving on, 4 copies of the Brazen Borrower. This is a 3/1 with flash and flying. Brazen Borrower can only block creatures with flying, which is great. So, it can basically get in and attack immediately. You hold up counter magic through your prophecy, through your negate, even your Spikefield Hazard, maybe a stomp or a petty theft. And, if you don't have to use that mana that you held up, now you can play their creature with that mana, having not wasted it that turn trying to stop your opponent and then just have them not do anything as well. So we're always trying to spend our mana every single time it untaps as effectively or efficiently as we can. Petty theft is attached to this at instant speed. Return target non-land permanent and opponent controls to its owner's hand. If there's any life gain, we can bounce this because we're looking to deal as much damage as we can as quickly as possible. And, we can also get our attacking lanes open here, which is really, really nice. So if they have a 2-drop that will block our 3-drops, we can bounce that on our end step, or their unstep, I should say, which is really, really nice. And we'll break that down in a second here once we go through all the cards on your specific playlines that you're looking to accomplish. Bonecrusher Giant is a 4/3, and whenever it becomes a target of a spell, it deals 2 damage to that spell's controller. Stomp at instant speed as the adventure, 2 damage, which cannot be prevented to any target, which is really nice. And not only that 2 damage, but any damage this turn can't be prevented, which is quite nice. So, if you have anything you're coming up against, you can throw the stomp in to the hen house on the opponent and still have your damage go through, which is really, really nice. So you can kind of nullify protection there, right? And then again, the body is just great. Where the deck really shines, and like I said at the beginning, my favorite red card in Zendikar Rising is the Relic Robber, a 2/2 with haste. When it deals combat damage to a player, that player creates a 0/1 colorless goblin construct artifact creature token with this creature cannot block, and at the beginning of your upkeep, this creature deals 1 damage to you. What a merry, merry Christmas present to give to your beloved opponents. 4 copies of the Royal Scions. This is a legendary planeswalker for 3, which is insane. clearly overshadowed during its release by Oko. This is a 5 loyalty when it enters, so just as busted. +1, draw a card, then discard a card. So we talked about not having a draw engine in the deck. This is basically a way for us to continue cycling cards to find the direct answers that we do need. +1, target creature gets +2/+0 and gains first strike and trample until the end of turn. -8, draw 4 cards, and then when you do, the Royal Scions deals that much damage equal to the number of cards you control in your hand to any target, which is really cool. So it's nice to deal a bunch of damage to our opponent, right, to their choppers, right? So the Scions enters really early. The +2/+0 is absolutely amazing because it's giving trample to our Relic Robber, making it a 4/2 with trample, so almost guaranteeing that the construct lands. Moving on, we also have 4 copies of the Everquill Phoenix. This is a 4/4 with flying, mutate for 4, and whenever this creature mutates, create an artifact named Feather with pay 1, sacrifice Feather to return the Phoenix from the graveyard to the battlefield tap. So some really nice recursion within the Everquill Phoenix here, and what's even better than that, it's a 4-drop with the mutate. We can mutate it onto Relic Robber, making it a 4/4 with flying and haste, so it can really get the damage in and consistently make those presents for your opponent within the Goblin construct. So really good things there. 10 islands, 8 mountains, 4 Riverglide and Riverglide Pathways. Let's break down why this deck is so powerful and your ideal playline. So your opponent is probably going to play creatures. If they don't, good for you. Then you don't even have to worry about this. But Fervent Champion, if you don't have to remove their creature. Maya's coming to say hello here. Hello, Miss Maya. Beep. She's like, I'm staying out of the frame. And so we can remove their creatures really effectively, both with the Hazard, bouncing it with a Petty Theft, stomping it with a Bonecrusher Giant, blasting it with a Fire Prophecy, right? So, you know, before we play our 3rd land, we have plenty of removal, right? Spikefield Hazard, Prophecy, Bonecrusher Giant, Petty Theft. They play a creature on turn 2 or something, we bounce it, we immediately go in with our Relic Robber. So that's what's really good about the deck, is all of the turn 2 disruption. And again, there's plenty of things, even the Negate, but again, if they're casting non-creatures, it probably doesn't affect your Relic Robber because it's still in your hand. So the only time you'd cast your Negate if it was a discard ability, which can get you because, you know, they're going to have you discard the Relic Robber because it is a serious threat. So it's really basic. You know, you try to put flying on your Relic Robber on turn 4. You try to get haste, or first strike and trample on it as well. And then, of course, just trying to keep its attacking lanes open with the rest of the interruption/disruption, which is great. And it works really good. We have a 75+% win rate in Mythic, which is really, really good. Let's go to statistics here. We are playing the Royal Robbers, going 8-3 with a 72. It's because we lost 1 in the play queue while we were fine-tuning it. But in Mythic, we are, you know, undefeated here, which is really, really cool. Oh, no, we lost once against Mono White. We have 1 loss. Maybe 2 losses, actually. 2 losses. But regardless, doing really, really well. 8-3, 72%. You know, I'm not sure how much better than that it can really get in Mythic. And, you know, playing a new original deck every day, it can get tough. To have them compete in Mythic can be, you know, a challenge in on its own. So every now and again, we have something click. And it absolutely clicked today with the Everquill Phoenix, the Royal Scions, and the Relic Robber, right? That was our main strategy. And then, you know, all of the 2-drop interruption fell into place, like the Petty Theft and Borrower, like the Bonecrusher Giant. And those make amazing cards in any Izzet deck. So, you know, a very powerful deck here for you guys today. And I think that this is going to be tearing up the ladder. We're getting turn 4 wins. Which is really cool. That's like hard to achieve sometimes without something like Embercleave. So stacking those constructs is going to be the name of the game. Trample and flying is how you'll get there. Again, if you find any value within today's video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel for more content, and share it out to your friends, whether it be a link or word of mouth. I would really appreciate that. So again, thank you all for your time and attention. If you want even more content, you can become a YouTube member for exclusive videos that nobody else gets to see. So really cool stuff there. Merry Christmas, a very happy ho-hos to you today. This is my gift to the Magic the Gathering Arena community. I hope you enjoy as much as I did. I've been having a lot of fun with it, and we're going to continue playing this deck for the next couple days. So take care, enjoy, and we'll be back to wrap up with our final thoughts. We go first, and this is a lot of lands. We can discard it with the Scions, which actually makes that whole situation all friendlier. Because typically, with an aggro deck, you don't want a bunch of land because, you know, this can happen. You want to always be curving out. But with the discard of the Scions, the discard of Fire Prophecy, it becomes, you know, a much more viable situation. We're keeping this again. I like how it asked us twice. Hello? Is anybody home? Mr. Solar Winds, are you there? Hola, senor. Please come out and play with us. Alright, we get their attention. Maybe. Maybe the game client is just ultra slow. No, they are here. And we've probably already been muted. A mysterious egg. That is indeed a mysterious egg. And turn. Let's see if there's a turn to mutate. I doubt it. Saltai. Or Golgari, I guess. I doubt it, though. There's got to be a little bit of blue in my life. Alright, let's pop that back to once it came. They can't recast it because we're already on their end step. And, hopefully there's no removal, and this is the start of something very delicious. I sense removal. My removal senses are tingling. Don't you dare. Oh, we get it! Absolutely amazing. So, Relic Robber strikes. Absolutely amazing. Alright, it's all about the head bob. We know this. Factual evidence. Exhibit A. Submitted into court. It may be a kangaroo court, but... you know, it's still there. Alright. Another egg. I guess that's the same egg, right? I forgot we bounced that. I'm not sure if they would have blocked with it. And what's nice about the petty theft is, you know, you basically tempo out their turn because they have to respend that mana. So, again, just absolutely amazing stuff here. Scion's in play. Robber goes to a 4-2 with first strike and trample. And you know what that equals. There could be removal. There wasn't last turn, so I doubt there is this turn. And that's a lot of damage, and we've got 2 Goblin Constructs going on now, so... absolutely delightful. We've made something very special for you guys today. I've been loving Relic Robber. Like, you know, there's certain cards that just, like, magnetize me. The Relic Robber is one of them. I've been trying to make this guy work and having relative success with it as well, so... really, really liking that. We did the Relic Robber Moth combo with Luminous Broodmoth, which was amazing. They do get a murder, finally. Ouch. Alright, we're going to draw and discard. Scions can go. Well... I guess the land can go. Just cycling through our deck is always good, right? Let's pass our turn. Oh, we forgot to play the land. Whoops. Doesn't matter. I mean... we're not doing anything with 5 anyways. It's only really 3 that we need. Just playing 1 spell a turn typically here. So I'm fine with that. We let it hit. And then, you know, before it bounces, we just say goodbye. Then we bounce them both back to their hand. They can replay the egg. Absolutely. They're totally tapped out, so... Sorry. Play that land. Take a draw. Toss the Scion. Let's toss the Hazard. I want to keep the Scion. We can get our Fervent Champion in play for the hit. We could have also mutated onto that. Oh my gosh. I just realized that synergy. We're still going to flash a Borrower in, so that's fine. But you could play the champion for 1, mutate onto it for 4. It becomes a 4/4 with flying and first strike. And haste, of course, I guess, right? Interesting. And then they would have taken 2 more damage here. Still wouldn't have been lethal, so really no harm, no foul. The deck's feeling really, really strong. It's just going to be a matter of balancing it to make it perfect, I think. Right? Maybe a few changes, like... There's a couple of rogues in here that's awkward. So we have to sacrifice. And they get to attack. That takes care of our Scions in a fairly immediate way. Not getting any life. They're totally tapped out now. The Harvester needs to attack the Scion to keep us from minusing. Let's play our Borrower. And then we push the Borrower up, and that is lethal.
Your heart can overcome any challenge.
It's in their turn. GG! And that is our first win and our first match at Mythic. Feeling fairly solid. Alright, let's get after it. Land looks fine. Our opening hand's definitely not as impressive, but, you know, we'll get after it. Ooh, an early charger. Be aggressive. Be aggressive. Everybody gets the hello good game today. They're playing our deck. They're playing our deck, you guys. I don't know how we're gonna get ahead of them.
Aye, with the knowledge to direct. My answers lie in the cold truth.
We're gonna need some sort of Christmas miracle here today. This is a strong deck. If they've got an upgraded variant of it too, nice! Oh my gosh.
You have the heart of a coward.
I wonder if they trade with it. I think they still smash the heck out of us, though. If they can play the Blade Master and equip to the War Leader, that's game, right? So whether that be, you know, flying for 0. Oh, this is the upgraded variant. They could still equip. No, they just kill the Scion.
Fear triumphs this day.
This is gonna get us killed, but this is how the deck's supposed to work. We're never gonna survive the onslaught that we're about to incur. They're playing one of the most aggressive aggro decks around, though, so... It's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard, man. You know, we do get 2 damage here, plus an additional 7. So we're dealing 9 total. They're gonna have 2 life left by the time they start their next turn. So I don't know how we're gonna survive or deal with that. If there's any double strike, we're absolutely gonzo. But I hope that we can push them back enough that this petty theft makes a difference, I guess. I don't know. Ooh! Uh-oh! Uh-oh! Oh, they didn't equip. That's really good for us. We're dead next turn, though. We have the petty thefts times 2. And also a negate. They think they've got us. If only we had a Bonecrusher Giant in hand. We have to resolve them one at a time. Feels better that way. Down to 2. Bonecrusher Giant for the win. Blah, 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 blah. We are sitting at a 8.5% chance for Bone Daddy. I am the deck dealer. You play my decks. You play my decks. Woo! They go first, which is just like pretty sad, but you know, look at our interruption and / disruption. Haste off the gate, and that's our planeswalker, so let's go. Sadly, we're playing rogues, which is just like whatever. Who cares at this point? Ooh, interesting. That doesn't really affect us. This could be Esper Doom, maybe. In which case, this negate comes in quite handy. Let's see what this next land is, though. I'm just gonna leave it hit. I don't care. Have it. Have it, bro. I'm not a landfall deck. Basically just like cycle for 2. So we might get hammered because Negate's not up, but
Better hope you delay our quest no further.
let's just put on the heater.
You will not block our noble path.
Now they have to deal with the Scions. We still have our attacker. Never mind. That negate would have been great. They also get in our hand, which hurts me. We need to land off the top. I'm gonna try to find a land here.
To know is to triumph.
They can't take a creature, so it's a non-creature. They have to take one of our Blastos. So we definitely want to be casting a negate, probably. Let's end our turn. I imagine they take our negate. For some reason, I was thinking it was their turn. But that triggers, of course, before their upkeep. Or on their upkeep, I guess. Wow. And they just snagged our negate. So that actually hurts a little bit.
Retreat is a valid strategy.
Let's send our giant up top. These are enchantments, not artifacts. Let's just get giant in play. Whatever. We have to watch the exile from another ECD on the Moth. So I think we go wide with it. If there's a wipe, we're gonna cry. Doom is just as bad. Let's play our creature. Founding Conundrum goes. There's nothing for them to take, so they might actually sack ECD. Yeah. Can we survive this turn? We have lethal if we do with no disruption. No, actually, no, we don't. We lose an attacker. Oh! Oh! Doom Foretold will slowly take over. Oh, good game. We have to sack the giant now.
I lead the way, but my brother knows.
I enjoy the proper application
If
of
only we had the mana. We lost this match because we didn't hold up our negate on like turn 3, right? I think, you know, they take the negate again the exact same way, so. Fool me once. Game on you. Fool me twice. Game on me. I think got the flyer out. Nice. Ah! It's getting burned. Oh, cancel. That's the wrong ability.
I will learn what nobody yet knows.
You should let me discard them both. Lame. Lame. That was close, though. We almost had it. This hand is good because we have not only removal for 3 damage, but we have a bounce both on turn 2, hopefully allowing our Relic Robber to smash and bash. Hello. Good game. Heart. Sploosh. Happy. Sleepy. Angry. Your go, brah. So let's see if there's any play here. Their best bet would be to hold up counter magic. Oh, woof. Home and play. They're gonna love this. We don't even have to bounce anything. Now, if only we had Negate up to protect it. That's gonna be our next objective. We are out on a limb. Hopefully it survives. Nope, they're looking for an answer. They don't have one. We have removal, we have petty theft, and we have negate all open. They're gonna scoop as soon as I negate this. Into our hands. We could have let it hit, I guess. If there's... Oh, they have their own negate. They're tapped, though. So we can still just attack with haste. Just give me my turn. Oh, I guess we can bounce something. Which we will. We're gonna bounce this so they can't gain 4 life. Right? Right? We don't care about our life, so we can pay for this. Just to hold up our removal. How much work has this Relic Robber done? I can't even. Alright, they bounce it again. This is an instant speed bounce on their turn they're doing. They should wait and bounce it when we go to attack on the next turn. There could be a counter, but at the end of the day, they're taking 3 damage, so... We're gonna be okay. And our turn. And of course, because they don't get that 4 life from the tome, it makes these constructs able to close out the game. Goodness gracious, that was loud. I'd turn that down. There's the tome, which, you know, bouncy bounce. 2 of them. Let's save the borrower, I think. Right? The bounce does nothing. More removal. We pass our turn. They take the damage. We flash in the borrower, and we have Petty Theft open. Alright, that's the play. They're looking for answers. They're basically a perfect matchup for us, right? They didn't have counter magic open. They don't have creatures. And, you know, not that that would have been an issue, because, you know, we do have bounce spells, we do have removal. Really fun deck to play. Their 3rd tome. Nice. That is definitely game. We can even kill one of them. Toss our other Fire Prophecy that we don't need. Grab a Borrower. Play the land. Pass our turn. Right? We could have attacked for lethal. I think this will do it here, though. There's no way they get around it. If they do, I'm gonna laugh at myself. Because we killed one of them. We're just wiling out. Being a goofball, hey? Straight flexing. They're really going for these draws here, though. Nice. So, nothing great in hand other than the Borrower and Giant. We have to keep it. I mean, they're such high value cards that... I mean, it's fine that we don't have a Relic Robber. Of course, it's sad. I want to be popping that off on turn 3 every single game, but... I get it. It's not something that you can do on demand, and hopefully there's a 1-drop here that we can pick off. Right? Speaker of the Heavens. Speaker of the Heavens. Speaker of the Heavens. Speaker of the Heavens. Nah. Well, the situation just gets worse for them if they're holding it, because now we have a Giant as well. take the dog. It can give indestructible to something else, which is annoying. We're ready to remove. If not, we flash in our Borrower. Start dealing damage. Unfortunately, we can't negate it because it does act as a creature. Let's hold up our negates, and we have a stomp as well. Stomping the Selfless Savior, then we Fire Prophecy Linden on our upkeep. I don't want to throw any of these cards away, but I guess the Negate can go. Even though we have mana for it, I don't think it's really an applicable card in this matchup, right? I think it's kind of a dead card in our hand. Right? These are just creatures that we're worried about here. Watch them play a non-creature that just wrecks us. Glass Casket comes down on our heads. You stop it. Oh, we don't have the double red source. Shit.
By your side, I am always ready.
For the realm.
Let's just kill the Alced. Right now, before any jazz happens. They can sack it and give the Aspirant protection, which does nothing right now, but we do lose our Giant. You know, typically we could recast it as a 4/3, but because there's, you know, no target for it to hit, then it just fizzles off the stack straight to the grave. Nice. That's really good for them. That is really, really good for them. Shoot. That Linden is psycho off the top. That's so good. So good. Man. The life gain they have available is ridiculous. It's a good game. Ouch. That kind of hurt. Mono white life gain is still OP AF. Well, we missed recording last match, and it was absolutely amazing. Not only did we wreck our opponent, but we had the cat come visit on camera. So sad. We got the one. We're up to a 66% win rate. And, you know, trying to get above 70 here. And I think the deck is definitely capable of it. More mono white. I'm so sick of this deck being played against me. Just removing it immediately. That's how high threat it is. We'll hold off on our robber. The tome's fine. Actually, we're going to pay life and go with our bigger of the two robbers. The goblin robber rather than the human robber. Goblins do it better. Paying life here. And we pull another off the top. So if there's no Shadow to the Sky in a couple turns, oh my lord, that's going to hurt. You know what would be sick if these robbers were, instead of rogues, knights? I know that doesn't make sense, but man, that would be cool. Get buffed up by our Fervent Champion. Foam draw, that means they're taking the turn off, and if there is no Shatter, they're screwed. I'm going to play a Scions in case it is a Shatter. And then again, we're just putting out that damage. Oh my gosh. They're down to 7 already. Right? And we have residual damage in play, so This game is over, my friend. Hello, good game. I'll send you with some love. Shatter the sky, I dare you. Right, that's their best bet. Okay, Skyclave. On what should be the Relic Robber, but they'll probably take the Scions. If we pull a land, we can mutate onto the Robber. What will be lethal? They have the draw through the Tome if we don't bounce it next turn as well for 4 life. We get the land. That is indeed... they might be able to sack the Tome first, but... I'm pretty sure... this seals the deals. Another 4, plus they get the Goblin Construct, and now they take 3 damage on the stack. They could have gained 4 life there, I think, but they're just fully triggered with how that played out. And again, 2 wins in a row, 71% win rate. That's a turn 4 win. Relic Robber is the truth, ladies and gentlemen. This card is good. All right, so we talked about having turn 2 Disruption and turn 3 Robber. This is it. Hold up a shock. I mean, threaten an imaginary shock, right? Make them think we've got one. Oh, they're playing slow as well. That's delicious. That basically guarantees this Robber to hit unless they have some form of disruption. Like they just hold up counter magic and Essence Scatter could stop us, but I think we're going to be fine. Oh no, they're in our hands. They're in our hands. They're taking the Relic Robber. That's one way around it, right? They should take the Borrower, but that's going to be up to them. The Robber's massive threat. They should just take the Robber. It deals the most damage. Ouch. Man, does that ever hurt. Luckily, they don't know the deck we're playing, right? Brand new deck. So even though they've seen our hand, they're not 100% sure of what else is to come. And let's just negate that. Alright, Phoenix in play. Here comes the removal. Kick sucks. Let's hold up Petty Theft. I don't think there's anything, but I'm also pretty sure there's no creatures for us to remove with the Stomp, so let's just get it in play. 4 damage is like something they should be dealing with. 19 life, so they've got a little bit. Couple turns. Yeah, they do go right for it. Doing the exact same thing. What am I doing? We could be casting it and then playing it. You fool. At least this turn anyways. Did I do that last turn too? Right, we just missed out on 2 damage. And that's not something I really want to bounce. I can't believe we just missed out on that 2 damage. That's laughable. I'm bouncing it just so they have to respend their mana. We could have held it and bounced the zombie that they made. That would have been good, but this way, you know, their mana needs to go in towards removal. On even, probably. Yeah. So we lose our Phoenix. Let's hit for 4. Smashing can kill the zombies. So we can flash the Borrower in, kill zombies, and still hit for 7. Hopefully there's no Kroxa. Normal removal. Keep in mind we did miss 2 damage, or 4. I'm not sure. LOL. There could also be removal. Instant speed. Oh no. Trample is even better than spending our removal right now.
By your side, I am always ready.
Oh yeah, baby. There's lethal. They have to block. They're down to 2. With no zombies. Yummy! We're keeping the removal in hand in case something weird happens. So now they have to deal with both the Scion creatures. These are both odds though, so that's good. And they get the zombie. Interesting. The plot thickens. We need haste off the top. We've got lots of it. Well, that's not it. Draw a card. Come on, haste.
My answers lie in the cold truth.
We don't quite have lethal. Close. Not quite. Let's see if they have removal. We're taking them down to 1 here. Oh, you dog. So there's no life gain. This just fizzles. There's no zombies in play. They've got 2 cards in hand. We have a cycle engine. Are you serious? Wow. Man, does that suck. In such a big way. We need haste and trample. The shade can't block at least. Bingo. Bone Daddy off the top. It always is, man. It always is. And we continue our win streak up to 75% within Mythic. You know, I'm really, really liking this deck. All right. I don't know, but this might be the best deck I've made this year. We've got a couple really good decks that we've made this year, and that's what I should do. I should spend some days before the new year and compile my 10 favorite decks that I made this year. I think that would be a really cool video to do. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below if that's something we could do. Let me know how badass Relic Robber is. Oh, woof. That guy is deadly. The Royal Scions and the Everquill Phoenix backing it up with a plethora of turn 2 removal and disruption at disposal to make sure that we can get the job done effectively, efficiently, and consistently. So again, thank you guys for your time and attention. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share the channel to a friend. I'm going to say it again because you didn't do it. Like, comment, subscribe, share the channel to your communities, your friends, your families, your children. We need this shit on the news, right? I will button up my language because we'll try to become a family-friendly stream as well in 2021, right? So kids are the future and we need to be catering to them. So again, thank you all so much. Merry Christmas, happy holidays, and I can't wait to see you again in the next video.